Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, Steelers Depot.com back with some Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. The pick is in, and with the 24th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers have selected Najee Harris, the running back out of Alabama. Let's talk about the selection. One of the worst kept secrets in this entire draft, just in the way it was back in 2019 with Devin Bush. Only this time it was less of a issue of would Harris fall or would the Steelers have to trade up for him the way they did in 2019 with Devin Bush. The question was, would Harris still make it there? He got past the Jets, who moved up for Elijah Vera Tucker. The Dolphins took a pass rusher in Jalen Phillips, and the Cardinals took Zaven Collins, the linebacker from Tulsa. That cleared the way for Harris to fall into the Steelers' lap. The best running back in this draft, in my opinion. The Steelers were reported to have interest in him. They were not hiding that interest one bit, and obviously they needed to improve this run game in the worst way. Now, I will say there were a lot more options on the board than I expected. Jeremiah Wosu-Koromoa, Tevin Jenkins, guys like that were really interesting. Landon Dickerson from Alabama as well. End of the day, though, they want to get that feature back. They want to get that lead guy. If they didn't take him at 24, they were not going to find that guy in the second, third round, possibly a Trey Sermon, but that is a step down, a tier two guy. And so I think the calculation was let's get running back in round one, even if the value isn't great, historically for the position compared to others, offensive tackle, linebacker, etc. And then we'll find the offensive line depth in round two or round three on Friday, where you have a really strong tackle and I think a pretty good interior offensive line class as well. So options for tomorrow could be Dickerson if he were to fall. I'm still in the middle of the first round here, so maybe there's still a couple more picks that are going to come in. Quinn Miners from Wisconsin, Whitewater, Josh Myers from Ohio State. Tackles, we'll see who falls. Spencer Brown could be a sleeper pick, maybe second, third round with an Iowa guy. Big, hulking tackle that tested extremely well at his pro day. So watch out for some of those small school guys if they could be on the Steelers' radar. Tight end, Pat Fryermuth, if he were to fall a little bit at 55, could be an option as well. But with Harris, the pick, I compare him so much to Le'Veon Bell. So similar from a size profile, from a receiving standpoint, from an agility standpoint, maybe a bit of lack of long speed with both those guys. I'm not going to hit too many home runs, but they're going to improve or Harris is going to improve the power run game. Assuming you still got a couple extra pieces for this offensive line. But Harris would do it all back with a lot of quickness and lateral agility and jump cuts that you don't see too often from a guy of his size. Great receiving ability, really good hands, runs excellent routes, makes contested catches. You just don't see from really not a lot of running backs in general, let alone running backs of his size. You see it from some smaller guys, but not guys that are 6'1", 230 the way that Najee Harris is. So I'm sure some people will be upset about the value or lack thereof with Najee Harris, but to me, we can debate that. But I just want to focus on the player. Najee Harris is a really good player, the best running back in this class, and he's going to make this offense better, this run game better, and by extension, the Pittsburgh Steelers better. So I'm happy with this pick overall. Would it have been my ideal pick? No, I would have taken a Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. Would have been my personal selection, but I'll put that stuff aside because Harris is a really good guy, a spitting image of Le'Veon Bell, and pretty expected, but I think a good pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I have a lot of breakdowns over on Steelers Depot, previewing tomorrow as well. Some options for day two. Some other guys I mentioned in this video should be really interesting. But Najee Harris, the pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 24. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll have a lot more draft coverage for you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.